Hardcore justice. Now, what does that really entail? We've got to find out over the next 4 weeks as we start to build towards our most extreme pay-per-view of the year, it feels like, or at least that's what we're going to try and do. It's going to be gimmick-filled. Well, you do it every now and again. Maybe it'll mean some good matches, but who is going to step up to try and take the world title away from AJ Styles? Who is going to step up and try and take away the TV title tonight? For both of them. That's right, you heard me right. Tonight on Impact, TV title on the line, but also the world title will be on the line. We'll get to it. Also on Explosion, the X Division title's on the line. We're going to get through it all. We're having a big week this week, so let's start strong. Let's start big with a good Impact. That's what we're planning for. Go. Just go and do it. Go and do it. Oh, wait. We're not done. Are you subscribed? I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. Drop a like on the video now if you can. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it now. Okay, Impact, the first Impact after Victory Road, the first Impact on the road to, I believe, Hardcore Justice. Samoa Joe comes out and calls out Austin Aries. He says, it was a cool move. It was an interesting move, Austin. You got one over on me. Now it's time to pay. The monster wants a fight. But Austin Aries doesn't come out. Instead, another monster who wants a fight. Rhino, he's been itching for a fight. Samoa Joe has invited him, so Rhino will take the opportunity. We're going to do Joe versus Rhino to open the show. 69 for a pretty good opening segment. And the match itself gets a 70. Joe carrying it with a 73. Rhino 60. Joe wins with a muscle buster. Just a good win to put Samoa Joe over after a loss last night. Two beasts going at it. Yeah, good start to the show. Samoa Joe wins. Good stuff. Okay, we did an angle backstage where the Kingslayers are cutting a promo on the tag team champions Beer Money when they're interrupted by Lethal Consequences. Lethal Consequences say that, both teams argue over who should get the title opportunity, but they've got to try and get along because next up it's an 8-man tag against these guys, the Establishment. Salvation and Beer Money will be teaming together as the heel team. The whole point of this segment is they put over how they're going to work as a well-oiled machine. They're going to win the match. And then as Beer Money leave, Anderson turns to the Pope and says, you know what, those tag titles do look good, don't they? Just a tease maybe that maybe Salvation want the titles too. The whole point of these two segments is to put over the tag team championships as championships that everybody wants to hold. So that's what we tried to do. The match itself then, 8-man tag, the Establishment versus the Super Babyfaces. Who's going to come out on top? The Babyfaces do for a 66 and a win for Tyler Black again. He's on a roll right now, Tyler Black. Pins Mr. Anderson after a distraction from the Partnership of Pain. Now, the best performer of the night, the Pope and Mr. Anderson, and James Stormwall put in 66. Robert Roode, 62. 61 for Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli. Tyler Black put in a 64. Very good from him. 46 from Creed brought it down. Lethal 56 too. But 66, good stuff for an 8-man tag. Really good stuff. Okay, afterwards, the Pope tries to save Anderson, but Anderson's in the ring, surrounded by the babyfaces. Pope has to watch on as all 6 of them hit their finisher on Mr. Anderson. One of these sort of house show type face attacks. We just thought we'd bring it onto TV once because they're fun sometimes. 55 is pretty good. AJ Styles got a promo on Kurt Angle for 67. Here we go. Let's get to the big stuff. AJ says he saw what happened last night. He's seen the replay and he doesn't like winning that way. AJ says he's the best and he wanted to prove it, but he was let down. So Kurt Angle, if you want your title opportunity, AJ Styles says he will give it. He will give it. He will give the title opportunity. He basically, what we want here in the promo is for him to say he's a fighting champion that will take on any challenge. So Kurt Angle, your rematch is there for you type thing, but he'll take on any challenge. We'll get to that in a second. 67, no, good promo. Okay, Sharkboy got a win over Hernandez for a 54 stunner after 6 minutes. Sharkboy only at 45. He needs to start putting in better performances. We've put a lot into Sharkboy. A lot. And he's not quite hitting the heights. After the match, he is attacked. He's cutting a promo. They ask what's next, but he's attacked by your new heroes and mine and yours and yours and yours and yours. Desmond Wolfe, Eddie Kingston and Kenta attack Sharkboy. The idea here is that the heels, well, if they're everyone's new heroes, they should have been the ones in the spot retiring a legend, not Sharkboy. So, moving on, Bobby Lashley cuts a promo on AJ Styles backstage for a 72. He says if AJ is looking for a challenge, well, it's time that Bobby Lashley got his championship back. Before Lashley can go any further, though, he's interrupted in the backstage area by Eric Bischoff. He says, Bobby, it's your time now. Your match is next. And Lashley just turns to him and goes, sorry, wait, what match? Lashley had no idea it was happening, but it is happening. It's Bobby Lashley versus Matt Morgan for a 74. These guys, storyline based match, have killed it. Matt Morgan pins Bobby Lashley, an underprepared Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley in street clothes who didn't know he was supposed to be wrestling tonight, because it's clear that the establishment have thrown this together after the tag match we've seen earlier, and they're trying to punish Matt Morgan. Tomko wasn't allowed at ringside. However, don't know where that came from. However, the Pope was allowed at ringside. Botched interference from the Pope, who cost Bobby Lashley the win as well. Lashley is getting screwed over left, right and centre by the establishment, but he takes the loss here. Only 8 minutes as well. Not a good night for Bobby Lashley. 74 though, a really good match to be fair. Okay, we are going to go from there straight to the establishment's office where Hogan was watching on with Bischoff, Anderson and Beer Money in the office too. And Hogan just says, it's been a really disappointing night for all of us so far. And before he can continue with the team talk, in walks Kurt Angle. Angle looks at Hogan and says, it's time to talk. And with that, Hulk Hogan shuts the office door. On the camera, we see nothing else that happens. What is Kurt Angle talking with the establishment about? 75? Yeah, pretty pleasing. Pretty pleasing. Okay, Davey Richards got a promo on AJ Styles, and he says, if AJ wants a challenge, look no further than Davey Richards, because Davey Richards wants that world championship. He wants to prove how good he can be. He respects AJ Styles, and AJ Styles will respect the fact that Davey Richards is the man to take the title off him. And that's the match we're doing tonight. Davey Richards, AJ Styles for the world title in the main event. You're damn right. Okay, Johnny Impact had TV title open challenge time. He's bragging about the win over Jeff Hardy, and he's interrupted by the challenger, Brian Kendrick and Paul London. They both come out and they say they are both challenging him to a triple threat match. Impact saying, "Whoa, that's not allowed. That's TV title 1-on-1. That's the rules, right?" That's the rules when he sees the referee run down and get in the ring. The match is going to happen. It's for the television championship. Johnny Impact, Brian Kendrick, Paul London in a three-way. Who will walk out TV champion? Your winner. And still television champion for a 78. Oh, where are these matches on the pay-per-view? 81 from Johnny Impact, who retains the title. The faces couldn't get their act together enough to decide who was going to get the win. Impact takes advantage to get the win. His 21st defense of the title. He carried the match with an 81 and got us to 78. Wrestling God. Wrestling God. JBL can do one. Wrestling God. Backstage, after the match, Jeff Hardy cuts a promo on Johnny Impact. He says Hardy had that title won if it wasn't for Ric Flair, and Johnny Impact knows it. But before he can go any further, he's interrupted by Low Key and, of course, the Dishonored group. Low Key says, last night he beat the Icon. So Jeff Hardy, you lost. You can go to the back of the line because it's time that Low Key had championship gold around his waist. Low Key says he will take up the challenge for next week's Open Challenge on Impact. So will we see the match? We'll see. Okay, Austin Aries is cutting a promo on Samoa Joe backstage for a 70. He's been hiding from Joe, but Joe has finally found him. And the two men brawl backstage to an absolute madness. That's the whole idea. It's complete madness backstage. It's like AEW Dynamite because there's more madness. Tomko has been attacked by Kurt Angle, who's not letting go of the ankle lock, and he's severely hurting the ankle of Tomko, really damaging it. Kurt Angle, why is he attacking Tomko? I hear you. Why? It makes no sense. No, it doesn't. Doesn't at all. Next week, then, it's officially announced Loki will get his opportunity. It's Loki and Johnny Impact for the TV title on Impact. That's not all. We're also going to see Tyler Black take on James Storm. And the establishment have just announced this one. In a street fight, Kurt Angle will take on Matt Morgan. Interesting. Matt Morgan is with Tomko. He's asked his reaction to the match that's just announced. And Matt Morgan says he doesn't know what Kurt Angle's problem is. He doesn't know what the establishment are planning for next week. But what he does know is that Matt Morgan will get revenge for this attack. Matt Morgan will end Kurt Angle for a 70. Good promo again. Matt Morgan is doing very well tonight. He's had a good night. But it's time to get on to the main event. It's for the World Championship. It's Davey Richards. It's AJ Styles, your winner, and still TNA World Champion for a 73. AJ wins. Of course he does. 76 from AJ Styles. Davey Richards put a good performance, but a 60. And yeah, AJ wins. That's the whole idea. Good, successful defense of the title. Good match in the main event. After the match, AJ is attacked once again by Kurt Angle for a 74, who lays him out with the Angle Slam through the announce table once again on back-to-back nights. Angle gets in AJ's face and says, "You don't give me a title shot, I take it." Kurt Angle doesn't like the pity that AJ Styles seemed to give earlier tonight. That gives us a 72 rated show. Good show this week. Good show. Really good TV title match. Good main event. Matt Morgan and Bobby Lashley did very well with a 74, and Joe versus Rhino for a 70 is pretty good too. So I'm really pleased actually. Packed show, storyline driven show, and we've pulled it off. Okay, Explosion this week opens up with only a 34 rated match. Not great. Pac defeats Shannon Moore. Harsh that they're saying Pac's a pre-show worker at this point. He had a great match on the pay-per-view. That's very harsh. Pac gets a win. Moving on, Pac cuts a promo on Johnny Impact. He says it is time for him to step it up. And the way he can step up is that Pac says he's got his eyes on the television championship. Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky are backstage. The beautiful people are discussing what happened at the pay-per-view, and clearly Madison Rayne is very unhappy with Velvet Sky. Velvet says, "No, I get it. I can see that you're unhappy with me, but you will be happy because I've arranged something." What she's arranged? Well, we'll find out next episode, won't we? We will find out. Desmond Wolfe cut a promo on Shark Boy. Your New Heroes cut a promo on Shark Boy saying that Shark Boy didn't deserve to be the man retiring Kevin Nash. It is them who should have been the man. They explain why they attacked him, like we mentioned, on Impact. 42, pretty good. Your New Heroes got a win over the Motor City Machine Guns once again. They defeat them on the pre-show of Victory Road. They got a win here tonight as well. Pretty good. Eddie Kingston pinned Alex Shelley with a blackout. 49 ain't bad at all. Kent put it in 54. He is a man on a mission. Pretty good. Awesome Kong got a win over Taylor Wilde for 42. Now, Taylor was taken out by Awesome Kong, of course, a few months ago. So, this is Taylor Wilde wanting revenge on her return. It didn't quite go so well for her. Awesome Kong wins. Fine. 42, not a problem. After the match, Kong she's confronted by Tara, and the two women brawl around ringside. A vicious brawl between two knockouts for a 50. Kong and Tara could be very, very interesting. Bobby Lashley could have promo Matt Morgan for a 70. He says Matt Morgan got very, very lucky on Impact. If he was ready, if he was prepared, Matt Morgan wouldn't have stood a chance. Shark Boy will be taking on Desmond Wolfe next week. That's right, on Explosion, we're doing it. After the attack on Impact, Shark Boy wants his revenge. And the way he wants to get his revenge is in action against Desmond Wolfe next week on Explosion. But that's not all. We're also going to see Jeff Hardy and Pac team together against Roderick Strong and Kevin Steen of Dishonored right here on Explosion next week. And in the main event, it'll be Claudio Castagnoli taking on Robert Roode. So that should be an interesting show. A very interesting show, hopefully. Austin Aries cuts a promo on Samoa Joe for a 68. Aries says Samoa Joe is banned from the arena tonight. Samoa Joe banned from the building And that's also that Austin Aries can defend his X Division Championship in a fair setting. It's Aries versus the Amazing Red in the main event. The Amazing Red cuts a promo saying he wants to bring prestige back to the title. And Austin Aries then makes his entrance for his match when he notices something at ringside. He notices Samoa Joe sat there with a ticket in hand. They can't kick him out. He's bought a ticket. Samoa Joe will be at ringside for the main event. Who will Austin Aries retain the title? Your winner and still X Division champion Austin Aries. He does defend the title. Good performance from him. Put in a 70-65 overall. Austin Aries retains the title. And after the match, he gets in Samoa Joe's face. He brags about the win. So Samoa Joe will beat him up around ringside to end the show for a 71. That gives us a 55. Standard explosion. Good storyline stuff. Pretty good. Okay, that's better. A better way to end the week compared to Monday, where the pay-per-view was a bit of a damp squid. Squib. I don't know what the words I'm coming up with today are, but that was much better. A really good impact and a decent explosion. Explosion's fine. I mean, just to help lower people explosion at the moment. Maybe put on some good matches here and there if we can. But Impact was very, very good. An amazing triple threat between Impact, London and Kendrick. Very pleased with that. Good main event with AJ and Davey Richards. Samoa Joe and Rhino put on a good match. And we also had a really, really good storyline driven show. So, yeah, I'm pretty pleased. If you are pleased as well, drop a like on the video. Hit that notification button if you want to as well, because I very rarely asked you to. So just do it now. Do it now. I don't know why I'm clicking at you. Okay. Yeah. It's a good show. So let's hopefully we'll continue it next week. Until then, peace.